What's happening, everybody on YouTube? Steve again with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Come back to you with another video, and in today's video I wanted to talk about a pretty controversial topic around the reselling community, and it has to do with eBay and Amazon, and more specifically answering a question that I received recently asking, Steve, why did you leave eBay to sell on Amazon FBA? So I've got about 7 points that I want to hit and 7 reasons why I justified making the move and essentially quitting eBay to sell on Amazon FBA. Now, I do want to preface this by saying, there is no right, there is no wrong platform. I know plenty of people making a killing on eBay with clothing, with electronics, with media, with a wide array of items, and the same goes with Amazon. So I'm not here to bash eBay, bash Amazon, say what's right or wrong. It's all going to be based upon you, the person, your goals, your dreams, what you like, what you enjoy, your passions. But I'm just going to share with you specifically my 7 reasons why I essentially quit eBay to sell on Amazon. So with that being said, without further ado, let's dive right into this video. Alright guys, so the number one reason why I got away from eBay, and again, this is a big thing to me, is time. It just takes a ton of time to sell on eBay versus Amazon. Now again, there is no way around hard work and putting in time. You're going to have to do it regardless. But for me personally, for me to be able to keep up my numbers and continue to generate income and revenue for my business, it was just taking too much time and I just didn't see it worth it for myself. So that was a big thing right there, time. I mean, for eBay, once you source an item, that takes a good amount of time. You have to take pictures, you have to clean it, you have to list it. Once it sells, you have to ship it out, you have to deal with customer service, you have to handle returns, you have to store it. There's a lot of time. There is a lot of time that goes into eBay, and I'm not here to say there's not ways to work around this with employees and outsourcing and virtual assistants. There's definitely ways to do it, but for me, it was just too much of a time crunch, and it really was the deciding factor in terms of why I went to Amazon FBA, because to be honest, they deal with a lot of the issues that I was having trouble with eBay, and it just allows me to really leverage my time in an amazing way. The second reason why I quit eBay and moved over to Amazon FBA, and this is another big one, is to be honest with you, I was kind of burnt out. With eBay, it's a constant, grind, and you're constantly running and hustling. It's a lot of work. It really is. And anybody who tells you that making money as a reseller on eBay is easy, they're full of crap. I'm telling you right now, they are full of crap, because it is a lot of hard work. It's a constant grind, a constant push forward. And as much as I had fun with it initially and I enjoyed it, and I still have a passion for eBay and I love the clothing and all that, and it's still very lucrative, it is a lot of hard work. And if you don't have the correct systems in place, employees, different things going on with your operations, it really is a constant grind. And I was just burnt out. I really was. And it was just hard for me. It really was hard for me. So that was one of the big deciding factors in, transitioning over to Amazon FBA as well. Number 3, the third reason why I quit eBay to go to Amazon FBA is because I wanted to travel. I wanted to have more of my freedom. And again, not to say you can't travel and figure out ways to make money traveling on the road with eBay, but for me, it just didn't seem to work. I really enjoy traveling and going to different cities and states and, meeting up with other people, kind of like my 32-day thrift store adventure. That's the type of stuff that really gets me excited and pumped up and, looking forward to the future. And with eBay, I just couldn't do that, especially with clothing. Imagine the logistical nightmare of sourcing 30 or 40 pieces of clothing at one thrift store, not only bringing it into your car, but figuring out how to ship it from hotels and taking pictures. And imagine having 300 or 400 items with you on the road, and now you have to list them, you have to ship them. Where are you going to store them? For me, it just didn't make sense, and I just like the freedom of being able to come and go, travel. If I want to take a week or 2 off, I'd have to close my store down with eBay, and I wouldn't be making any money. Of course, if I had employees in line to do this, I could have made it work, but I just never got to that point. Whereas with Amazon FBA, I could take off on the road, I could ship everything to the warehouses, they pick my items, they pack it, they ship it out, I just pretty much receive a check. Now, I'm not here to say you're not going to be working hard and grinding and, really putting in a lot of hours with Amazon. I'm not saying that at all, but I just like the fact that I could ship it off to them and it's done with. So again, that was a big deciding factor, number 3. I wanted to travel, I wanted to have more freedom, and with eBay, it just wasn't possible with what I worked out. The fourth reason why I quit eBay and moved on to Amazon FBA was overhead and employees. Yes, I did have overhead. I had an office. I had a few employees working with me. And for me, it wasn't worth it for me to have to keep paying that rent on that office, to constantly have to pay the employees, to have to be there watching them and managing them. And again, I think that's what led me to get burnt out as well, because I always had to be at the office. I always had to be there managing them, making sure everything was going smooth. And again, I take responsibility for that partly. I can't say that, all businesses are run like that, because if I would have trained them better and gotten more things in line, then I definitely probably would have been able to travel and get away. But just to be 100% transparent, I never got it to that point. The overhead was somewhat of a burden to me at times, the employees and having them, have all the payroll and stuff. And again, that's something I need to improve on as a business owner, because these are issues that I'm going to have to deal with and improve on as well. So again, I'm just sharing with you the honest truth. The overhead, the employees, and just the time to manage them kind of got to me. And with Amazon FBA, it's a lot easier because I could leverage my time by using their employees, their labor at the warehouses when they pick it, they pack it, they ship it, customer service, and all that. So it's really just a lot more streamlined for me using Amazon FBA versus eBay. eBay was a lot more hands-on with the overhead and all that stuff, so that was a big deciding factor as well. The fifth reason why I quit eBay to move on to Amazon FBA was because at the time that I had quit and decided, you know what, I don't really want to be doing this much, and I was getting more into Kindle publishing and stuff like that. One of the big deciding factors was a lot of the changes that were going on with eBay. There was a lot of changes with the seller guidelines, and they were dinging you, and the seller dashboard was all messed up with all these defects and stuff like that. And it really discouraged me. I lost my top rated seller status. There were just a lot of issues going on with eBay. And to be 100% transparent, I was just losing faith in eBay. It seemed like they didn't care about the seller. It seemed like they didn't care about me at all, just bottom line. And it really kind of hurt me and offended me. And it got to the point where I was like, hell with these guys, really. If they're not going to treat me with respect, and they're going to ding me for this and that, and just have no cares in the world, and again, that's my perception, how I felt, I said, you know what, I don't need them. And one thing I want to say is, because we just had a Green Room show with Jason T. Smith, is they actually are improving this. There's a lot of different changes that they have made recently, and they've kind of broken things down differently. So if you haven't already checked out that video, check that out in the description below. Jason went over all the changes, and it looks like they're looking to improve things and to kind of treat the sellers with a little more respect, because they need us. They really do need us. They need the buyers, but they also need the sellers as well. So I'm glad to hear that eBay's been making changes. So check out Jason T. Smith with the thrifting board, I believe, and also check out the video with the Green Room, and I'll kind of explain that to you. But again, back then, 5-6 months ago, things were kind of getting hectic. It was hell for us sellers, and I was kind of fed up with it, to be honest with you. So that was another big reason why I decided to quit eBay. The sixth reason why I decided to quit eBay to move on to Amazon FBA was the money. Just to be 100% truth, the money. Aren't we all here to make some money? I felt that there was a better opportunity to make money on Amazon FBA versus eBay. If you talk to anybody nowadays, if they're buying, whether they're buying groceries or tools or books or a lot of various items, where are they mostly buying them from? I mean, usually it's from the store, but if it's not from a physical store, it's from Amazon. Amazon is buzzing. Everyone's talking about e-commerce and Amazon and Prime and the 2-day free shipping. To be 100% clear and honest with you, I feel that the opportunity right now is on Amazon. It's a beast. It's growing. The market is there. People are shopping there. And I'm starting to feel like eBay is somewhat a thing of the past. And again, I'm not here to say you can't make money on eBay and eBay is not awesome. I still like eBay. I think it's great. I think it's best for used items and different antiques and vintage items and certain things that you can't sell on Amazon. But I really do believe that more of the market share is geared towards Amazon. More people are shopping there. And to be honest with you, I've been able to grow my business so much quicker on Amazon FBA versus eBay. I mean, literally, it took less than 60 days for me to get my business on Amazon, to the point it took me a couple of years on eBay to get to. So I don't know if that has anything to do with me networking better or learning more or just growing and maturing. I don't know exactly what to put into that, but I was able to leverage my business and grow it way faster than eBay. So that's definitely a big reason there, is the money. And the last reason is, and again, this is kind of biased because this is just my personality and how I feel. This isn't going to necessarily fit for everybody, but for me, I get bored quick a lot of times. Like, I like changing things up. I like trying new things, and I don't know if this is a strength or a weakness on my part, But just to be 100% honest, I got kind of bored of eBay. I got burnt out. I got bored of doing the same thing over and over again. I got bored of always having to source clothing and always sourcing the same items and going to the same office and listing the same items. I just kind of got bored. And again, you know, maybe I should have diversified more. Maybe I should have switched up my portfolio or done things differently. But you know what? The past is the past. I'm living in the moment right now, moving forward, but I kind of got bored, and I know this is something that you've probably seen watching my YouTube channel. You've seen me go from Craigslist to eBay to Amazon FBA to Kindle Publishing to different things, and I don't know, maybe it's just me growing as a reseller and maturing as a person and learning, and just, you know, each different business is like a stepping stone to something better. I don't know what it is, but for me, I just kind of got bored, and I know, again, that's just, it has to do with my personality. So those are the 7 reasons why I decided to quit, or I decided to leave eBay for Amazon FBA. Again, this is nothing against eBay. I love eBay. I think it's great. There's a lot of great people selling on eBay, making a ton of money. There's still money with clothing. There's still money with media, with so many items. But for me and my personality and my goals, dreams, vision, focus, what I'm trying to create for my lifestyle, it just doesn't fit for me anymore. So that's pretty much the reason why I left eBay for Amazon. So just to recap, number 1 was time. Just, you know, just all the time that it took to be able to list all the items and photograph and clean, and just so many different things I talked about. That was a big deciding factor in moving on to Amazon. I just feel like I could leverage my time so much better and just have more freedom. Number 2 was the constant grind of always hustling and pushing forward and always having to do everything manually, and the employees and the overhead, all that stuff. I just kind of got sick and tired of it. Number 3, you know, I wanted to travel. I wanted to have the freedom to be able to make money on the road, to be able to go picking on the road, kind of like my 32-day adventure, to be able to take a few days off and still earn money and not have to close my store down and manage employees and all that stuff. So that was another big thing right there. Number 4 was overhead and employees, like I've already talked about. Number 5 was all the changes with eBay, you know, 5-6 months ago with the defects and the seller dashboard and all the rules and losing top rated seller, and there was just a lot of nonsense going on, and I kind of got sick and tired of it. And number 6 was the money. I mean, isn't that what we're all about, making money? I just, you know, I like the lifestyle. I like the money. I thought there was a better opportunity there. And that's pretty much another reason why I switched over. I feel like there's more people shopping on Amazon than eBay. And number 7, the last reason, is I kind of got bored, right? I was a little burnt out. I want to switch things up. I want to do something different. And like I said, you know, is that a strength or a weakness? I don't know. But it's just who I am, and it's part of my personality. I get bored sometimes, and I like to switch things up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I really do appreciate you guys following me and watching my videos on YouTube, interacting on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, all the social media. It's a ton of fun, and I really am here to help you guys. I do care about each and every one of you, and I want to do whatever I can to solve your problems and offer a solution, and just kind of show you that it's possible, just an average Joe like myself, you know, that you can make money, and you could grow a business, and you could create the life of your dreams, and you know, you can just do whatever it takes to just be happy and smile. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and talk to you soon. Bye.